Didn't see anything that really stood out, and when you think of their entire season, and Justin Robinson in the first game of the season, I think it was, and George King, they've just had a horrific run of injuries. Dan Greta, which we spoke about in the first half as well. It's just, they just can't seem to get a break.
Adelaide in possession to start the third quarter. Soto back out there with 3 fouls, tips it in.
That's what he can do. Around, just use that length around the basket. 5 rebounds for him.
Tyler Harvey. Oh, Michael Frazier becomes even more important. It's Ding Ding.
Ding Ding said, who needs Michael Frazier? Get me the ball and watch the show.
Second 3 of the night. Shooting it at 29% across the season.
And talking trash, too.
He's got 13 points on 5 of 7. Soto up top. Just jumps out. The Illawarra Hawks are the lowest scoring team in the competition in third quarters, but strangely are the best defensive team in third quarters. If you can make sense of that. We go back through Deng Deng. This time with the left hand, couldn't score. Oh, Rocky Dent. Leveled by Soto. Screen, and Deng Deng blocks the shot.
Is Ding Ding mic'd up? Because every time...
Well, Franks hadn't seen a lot of it. That was only his 4th field goal attempt on the evening.
Which is definitely not enough.
3 of 4, 7 points in the outing. He definitely needs to see more of it.
Froling goes to work on Soto, scores with the right hand. Sam Froling's got 9.
And right there, you saw the biggest problem that's facing Kai Soto. He just his ability to keep anyone who's going to drive at him in front. Go right by him. It's just too easy. Either gets into foul trouble or easy plays on the rim.
Is it fixable?
Well, it is, but it comes down with just a lot of it, I think, is technique, how you're sliding your feet, but also a bit of smarts. Use your length a little bit more to contest it and be able to slide your feet, give yourself a little bit more margin. Like he was really closed out, really tight on that last possession.
Ding Ding just picked up his 3rd foul. Drimmick hasn't really been able to get going after that first quarter. Did a couple of 3s to start the game. Quiet ever since. Harvey catch and shoot. Got it. Wow. Ties it up at 55.
We got a game.
Well, this is 55. This is a team that averages 80 on the season per game. Yeah. And again, another example of spreading the floor with that 1-2-2 little token half-court press.
Huh? He called it.
A little late-night banking from Swakala-Bullock. Illawarra in front.
Somebody's got to play some defense here now. Come on.
Soto misses the layup. Deng Deng head down. He's only got one thing in mind, and that's the score and the flex.
Ding Ding must have relatives in Adelaide because he's going off.
Just not being able to work his way into this game at all. Hickey, feet set. Misses. Johnson drags it in.
And they got to push like this every opportunity. And they've come up short, but like I said, in the half court, it's looked pretty static.
The Warriors got to be smart here because the clock's on their side.
Froling, nice look for Greta. That doesn't go. Froling underneath misses as well. A couple of missed opportunities. Johnson steps inside, blocked by Hickey. Loose ball out for Clark. He hits the big 3. All happening now.
They still got a chance here. They're still in this.
And that's what they need. The way they give themselves a chance here is stops. They desperately need stops. And this was a good opportunity, and it was a fortunate miss because it kicked out to Clark. So instead of the 2, they pick up the 3.
Wow.
Antonius Cleveland comes out.
Timeout.
No timeout.
I don't know why I feel so tired after calling games like this. It just takes the energy from you, doesn't it?
We're not finished yet.
Well, huge implications, this one, for the Adelaide 36, as you'd expect.
Harvey has 19 points. Doesn't get that to go. Johnson with a couple of big rebounds late in the game. Here's Cleveland. Got it!
That kid, I keep telling you guys.
Back-to-back 3s. And eases the pressure ever so slightly for the Adelaide 36ers.
Very nearly came up with the steal too, Antonius Cleveland.
That'll only be their 3rd team foul.
One did a full lap and stuck.
Yeah.
Some momentum in direction in favour of the home team. They still trail by 2.
Oh.
Cleveland, like Superman, diving through the air. Off to Johnson. He can't score. McCarron does. Tied at 89.
That timeout, Drewy. That timeout.
And that desperation by Cleveland is exactly what the doctor and CJ ordered.
Cleveland's a machine.
He's up and in.
All over Tyler Harvey right now. No foul called. Johnson crashes the glass once more. Adelaide in possession. 90 seconds remaining to take the lead. Oh, yeah!
That's what I'm talking about right there. This is what they have to have, Drewy.
Well, this can be a season-defining moment both ways. If they had to come away and lost this one, it would be season-defining. But to come back when all look lost, 8 points down, 3 minutes to go, couple of 3s, bit of transition action, and then the man who's been missing most of the game, Franks, knocks it down. Big-time moments.
Unslip, they want the ball in the hands of Tyler Harvey to make the plays.
He's got 19 and is their leading scorer. And he's got Antonius Cleveland to deal with defensively. Conrad back into the game. Here is Harvey. Can't get that shot away.
Great D.
That is great defense. That is great defense. This is what they need.
For the work that Cleveland did to really make life tough for Harvey. Look at him shadowing him. Got over the top of the screen, and there's a charge. DJ with some defense when it's needed the most.
You'd love to have just isolated Antonius Cleveland on that last play. Just watch him chase Tyler Harvey around. Phenomenal.
Couldn't even get a look at the basket. He's all over this guy.
We tick down to a minute remaining. Adelaide have come from 8 down and now lead this game 92-89. Franks, he's done it again.
Cool as the other side of the pillow.
Almost non-existent for the vast majority of the game, and he stepped out of bounds, and there's a turnover and a flex from McCarron.
Wow, what a turnaround. And
what about the atmosphere in the joint? 2.5 minutes ago, it was doom and gloom. You could have heard a pin drop. Now, the Six of Faithful are up and about and showing some respect for this team that has dug deep.
9,263 were in the house last round against Brisbane. It was a record for basketball in Adelaide for an NBL game. We're going to go very close to that again tonight.
They all love their 36ers, man. I've been there. I played there. I know how they can be. They get up for wins. They get up. They just want you to compete. And when a team's competing like this, they will get behind you.
Well, what they need to do is everyone in the joint should be shouting, that man in your screen. Cleveland has been inspirational at both ends of the floor, particularly the last 6 minutes. And when it got real nervous, it was Cleveland that was attacking the rim. He wasn't always making them, but just attacking the rim and
bringing the energy.
Leading by example and bringing the energy.
Illawarra play for the steal and foul Johnson in the process, and he's got free throws coming.
Well,
let it go.
Daniel Johnson, 82% from the line this season.
And you know what we got to do? We got to take our hats off to the Illawarra Hawks.
Absolutely.
The way in which they've played this. There was a team last night that hopefully is watching this and saying, hey,
call them out.
Things sometimes aren't going your way, but how are you going to approach a set of circumstances?
You continue to fight.
How are you going to? What sort of fight are you going to show? And we've seen it here from the Illawarra Hawks.
Yep, I agree. Great call.
Yep.
It might be a bridge too far. There's the forlorn look of Michael Frazier. There's a potential broken arm. Conrad has that 3 jump out. Guess who's got it again? Cleveland off to the races. He's changed the game in the 4th quarter.
Certainly has. And this is the reason why I put him in that starting 5, because it's not about the points. It's about the way he plays. He's one of the most unselfish players I've ever seen. Plays both ends of the floor and does what he needs to do to get the team to the next level.
Well, when his teammates were clearly tight, really, really tight, and the fear of failure was clearly visible, he was the one that stood out and led by example.
Illawarra led when the score was 89-81. They haven't scored since then. 17 unanswered points on the way home for Adelaide.
You can see that from here.
Frustration for Tyler Harvey, frustration for the Hawks. They've seen this game slip through their fingers. In a season of struggle, it could have been a real high point for them. Now, it's gone.
But Drew, you're right. They go back to the drawing board. They pat themselves on the back because they fought the whole game. All 40 minutes, they're in this game. They fought the whole game. So you got to pat yourselves on the back. I mean, not having a great year.
Given their circumstances, you lose Frazier. There's a lot of reasons why you can put this in the too hard basket and say enough's enough. But they continue to fight, and there, even the dying seconds, we see Harvey drilling another 3.
More free throws for Johnson.
And a lot's been said about the Adelaide in particular, 36ers, and in particular in their defense. But in this last quarter, they've held so far the Illawarra Hawks to 17 points, 14 before that 3. And they had 28 and 28 in the second and the third. And for a team that's given up a lot, they've given up 88, almost 89 points a game. And you look at it and you go, well, they had 92, but when it counted the most, when they got 8 down, and again led by that man Cleveland, they were able to crank up their D and get those stops when they needed it.
Well,
so you know what happens here, Coach? They lose their excuse. They lose their excuse for why they can't do it all the game. Once you've demonstrated that you can do it, you lose your excuse for why you shouldn't be doing that all the time.
Every game, you're right. I don't want to take any credit here, but I did say when CJ calls that standing timeout, things will change.
Well, he did.
As soon as he called it,
things changed.
I'm sure he had a couple of choice words for these guys. Like, what do you want to fly, business class or economy?
Ding, ding, fouled late.
Blue, 22 underneath the shooter.
Harris.
Done that twice.
Third landing space, yeah.
For the team, they've probably done that 3 or 4 times, and there he is. And that's a foul, 100%. That is a foul. You're not allowed to get in that landing space, so just got to go run, jump by him, and that's where...
You're not going to block his shot anyway.
But you just got to go by. You can't just go up to him, and you've got to change your technique. You've got to practice it. You've got to teach it, and you've got to make the adjustments. Now, it's been a few years now since that rule, a couple of years since that rule come in. Yeah. So maybe it takes a little time for players that have come through and normally doing things the way they've done for years. You've just got to make some changes.
Certainly tried his hardest tonight, Deng Deng.
He's done well.
On paper, if you didn't watch this game, you would see that Illawarra go down by possibly 5 and think that's a good performance. That'll be no consolation to them.
This was a very good game for Illawarra. They have nothing to be ashamed about. Scored 95 points.
You say the same about them. The thing that they did when it was mattering the most is that their defense, they weren't able to get those stops. And it wasn't just the stops in the half court, it was that
on Sunday. It's an enormous weekend here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Couch potatoes dream if you're not getting along to a game.
Ooh. Really got to be careful.
Yeah, this one, we're talking like this one's over. Still enough time.
No, Cops.
Joey, what do you mean?
Not now.
So
just needs to make one of these.
Again, if he makes them, okay. He misses.
There's not enough time, Cope. Even if he misses both.
Huh?
No timeouts.
Joey, obviously you guys haven't seen me play. I gets it up, bro.
Go down, get a 3, and then
quick
get a steal, and then another 3.
What do you think, you're Reggie Miller?
Get it up, son. I can get it up.
That's what Michael Frazier thinks about your point.
Hang on,
He's laughing at me.
Added an extra 0.4 on the clock, it looks like.
There you go.
Still can't be done.
As Drimic comes up with it. Adelaide were down, but they weren't out. And the playoff dream lives on for the 36ers.
That is a very good win for these guys. A very good win for them.
Thank you for watching. Kung nagustuhan mo ang video na ito ay mag-subscribe ka na sa ating channel. Paki-follow na rin ang ating Facebook page, Utak Pilipinas. Again, this is D Sports TV. Paalam.